Hey kids, nice to see you again. So today I'm going to show you how to make biscuits, just a pretty simple recipe to encourage you to go ahead and try it for yourself. I did have some people ask how to make biscuits, so I thought I'd go ahead and crank out that video for you. I used to make biscuits for my kids, and we kind of made it a special day that where maybe once a month just say, okay, making biscuits, and kind of hyped it up a little bit to make it into a kind of a special thing. So I would encourage you to do that as well. But first, I have a dad joke for you. So, a piece of bacon and a biscuit walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve breakfast here." Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so what you start with this doesn't take very long, so you go ahead and preheat your oven. The oven should be at 450 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? 450 degrees Fahrenheit. There were some questions on my pumpkin pie video about that. It's 450 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? So first we want to start with 2 cups of flour, okay? And I just went ahead and dumped these in already. So 2 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon baking powder, not baking soda, baking powder, okay? All right. 2 teaspoons of sugar, okay? So we're mixing all the dry ingredients together first. 1/2 teaspoon cream of tartar, okay, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, okay. And whenever you mix your dry ingredients, you want to mix those all together, right, so that there's not clumps, right, because we're going to add butter to this, and you want to make sure all the dry ingredients are mixed before you add the butter, so that you don't get a big chunk of salt stuck to the butter, right? It's already all mixed in. So, okay, so we do that. And then I have, this is what I use for my tool. It works really well. You can just use a fork too, that works fine. And then you want to get your butter. I got a 1/2 cup of butter, and I soften this. You don't want to soften it too much. You don't want it to be runny, but you want it to be soft. And so I put it in my microwave for like 10 seconds, right? Just to get it soft, and then that just makes it easier to work with, okay? And then it'll take probably 2 or 3 minutes of mixing this. I'm going to spare you of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and start mixing this, and then I'll come back to you. And kind of like when I was making the crust on the pumpkin pie, you want to, you want it to be coarse crumbs is what they call it. So you just start mixing it, and it ends up being coarse crumbs. Basically, it's just trying to tell you just want to get it mixed up really good before you add the milk. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so that's what coarse crumbs look like. Okay, that's what it looks like up close. Okay, so now that we got that all nice and mixed up, you're going to end up using your hands with this, right? So we just go ahead and do that. I can go ahead and scrape off the last little bit there. That's good. Now I'm going to add the milk. And when I add the milk, you can mix this with whatever you want, whatever you'd like to do. I normally just get my fingers in it and just kind of mix it up that way and knead it. But, you know, just to get it close, you want to do this, right? Just kind of mix it with whatever. Okay. It's a little bit runny, so I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit more flour. And then I'm going to put the flour on my cutting board here too, and then I'm just going to pull this out of here, and we'll put it on there and roll it out. You don't even really need to roll it out. You can just pat it out. You just want it to be about a 1/2 inch thick, okay? And if you don't have a rolling pin, that's fine. You don't need it. So, okay, so I'm going to pull this out of here, and I'm probably going to move the camera closer so you can see everything kind of from shooting down at it. So, okay. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and, I've added a little bit more flour to it, and then you just want to put let's go ahead, move this around. I'm going to go ahead and put some flour on my cutting board here. Okay, and I can dump it out. See how it's all kind of coming together there. Okay, get the last little bit out of here. Okay, and then knead it a little bit, right? Just to kind of get it to work together. Let me get that out of the way. Okay, and then now we're gonna go ahead and roll it out since I have a rolling pin. Again, you can just mush this out. You're not gonna need a rolling pin for this, but since I have it, I'm gonna use it. Give myself a little more room. And like I said, about a ½ inch. You can make these however thick you want, but I think it's supposed to be 8 to 10 biscuits is what this is gonna make. So there, I just heard my oven is warmed up. Okay, so, and you got a few options here. This is a nice biscuit cutter that I picked up. You can use that, right? So that works good. Okay, my dogs are barking outside. Before I had this nice cutter, I used to just use a glass like this. The only problem is the air gets trapped in it. So when you do it, you have to kind of let the air out while you're doing it. Again, not a big deal, but you can do that. You can also, around Valentine's Day, we just passed Valentine's Day, but you can use this for your cutout as well, or whatever shape you like. So I'm just gonna stick with these. Okay, these round ones. And you know, when my kids were growing up and we did this, I would make this, and I'd make the nice biscuits. Here, let me move that over here so you can see it. I'd make the nice biscuits, and then, you know, I'd always have something left over, and I'd go like this and just go like that, and wouldn't really have enough for a biscuit, so I'd just make something like, you know, an odd shaped one, and that's the one that everybody fought over, which was kind of strange. So then we stopped making so many nice ones, and we started making like odd ones on purpose. So I just take this and kind of makes it a little bit more like a scone, right? Where you just kind of mashing it however you want. Add some character to it. Okay. Same thing here. So yeah, it looks like it's going to make about 9 or 10, depending on the size I make these last few. Okay, and these are great with, you know, with honey, with jelly, or, you know, if you're going to make some gravy, biscuits and gravy is awesome too. So, all right, so that's it. We're going to go throw it in the oven for, it says 10 to 12 minutes, and really 11 minutes is just about perfect. So, okay, so I just put them in the oven. Now we'll wait till we can pull them out. Okay, they look like they're done, so let's see. I'm going to go ahead and pull them out here. Let's see what we got. Yes, looking good. All right, so we just pulled them out of the oven, and this is a fun part here. They're kind of hot though, so hopefully I won't burn myself here. But can you see the steam coming out of there? Oh, love that. Okay. So there you go. That's all there is to it, to making biscuits, and that recipe always comes out well, in my opinion. So hopefully, you know, gives you the confidence to try this for yourself if you've never made biscuits. And like I said, they're great with honey, they're great with jam, they're great with, you know, if you have a white sauce or a gravy to go over them with eggs. Excellent breakfast. So, and maybe you can make it fun, you know, make it biscuit day that you do once a month, and something for your family to look forward to. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful for you, and God bless you.